Way back at the start of the show, Rhys David Evans asked, is there anything that you miss about Wales?
The sun.
It must be the sun, mate. It has to be the sun.
Sunshine.
To be honest, the Cardiff City fans were wonderful. I couldn't ask for a better support cast while I was
that's
there.
it. Show's over. He said it now. That's it.
Yeah.
What's special about them, Kenwyne? Because you know what I mean. I say I've got nothing but positive to say about them. But what's different from all the other teams that you played for?
I think the club, the fans at that club, they support players, through and through. Where some of the clubs, you get them on high times, even though they're turning up at the matches. They support when things are going good, not when things are going bad. And I think they remember that the players are human beings as well. Yeah. As much as you're paying to see a product and think that you should see a machine out there every week, you have to understand also that players have a lot of the same problems that the regular person in the street has. And if anything else, they have a bit more pressure on them because their job is an open office for everyone to view and scrutinize, while they still have to go home and deal with whatever issues they have in their life. So
yeah, totally agree.
For me, they were amazing, to be honest.
So obviously the issues what were happening the time when you were there, obviously with wearing red, then the supporters were obviously quite hostile, but they still backed the players. You know what I mean? Was that a difficult time then, Kenwyne? Because obviously, you know what I mean, from an outsider at the time. So obviously I had left, and from an outsider, it was the most ridiculous situation to be in. And then obviously it transitioned and the move to blue. And how excited were the supporters? Could you feel it? How difficult was it to wear red? What was it? What was the whole situation like?
The thing is, what I've learned over my time on this earth is that some things you don't mess with. You don't mess with certain traditions and identities and fabrics of institutions, and I think it was one of those cases where it's billionaires and their toys. He decided that him, and to be honest, as much as it upset the fans, he did something with a product that he actually owned, based on a lot of what do you call it, sentimental, traditional values of his. He went with the thing that had the most spiritual connection with him, which was changing it to red, coming from the culture that he came from, and I don't think that there was a level of understanding or common ground between him and the fans, based on the fact that he would believe, it's my club, I own the club, I'll do what I want. And, on the fan side, this is our club. We supported this from the beginning till end. This is what we are. This is who we are. This is our colors. This is what we do. So the middle ground there wasn't accessible for a long time. Of course, that upset the fans, and they directed their anger and discomfort towards the owners of the club. And then, eventually it changed again, so which was a good thing for a bit of harmony with the club owners and the fans again.
I think it was important, wasn't it? Because obviously we've had a discussion. We've had the chairman. We've had the chairman on here, and obviously we asked him a question. We asked him the questions about it, and it was a mess. It was handled wrong. It was handled badly, and we all know that. Listen, it was a mistake, but it was something that like you said, the owner was passionate about and wanted to try and wanted to do it. And I don't think he realised the heritage, the history, how passionate the fans were. You know what I mean? The Cardiff fans are mad. They're mad about the club. They're mad about the blue. They're mad about what they do, the traditions, the way that they manage themselves during games. It's just it's a different run football club from the stands. It is you know what I mean, and that's probably going back to when I joined under Sam Haman. You know what I mean? They've had some absolutely silly, crazy chairman. You know what I mean? But in a good way. You know what I mean? Who backed the club. Sam backed the club financially. Peter Ridsdale, and not many people have got a good thing about Peter to say about Peter, but he backed the club again financially and plowed a lot of money in. And obviously the chairman now has done the same thing again. So we can only say good things about, but people make mistakes along the way, like we've all like everybody does, you know. And he's held his hands up by moving it back, you know. So fair play to everybody.
Yeah, Kenwyne, I do another show with Kev McNaughton, obviously a former teammate of yours. He spoke about like his thoughts on the same thing in one of our shows, and just like it just put more pressure on the players, really, which wasn't needed. Like it just creates an atmosphere which wasn't needed. From the players' point of view, was it frustrating, like to have extra pressure from that?
Yeah, I think Kev is absolutely right. It brought unnecessary pressure, and also I think it changed the focus of where the fan support should go. So when you're caught up with other issues like that, fighting the owners of the club, um, you throw in 100% support behind the team and rallying them, giving them that extra lift to be able to go on and win games and do well. It was diverted way too much. So like anything else, I think even for foreign players, when you come to a country and you get into a club, you try to ingrain yourself in that club, be part of the fabric pretty early, understand, and have a big understanding of culture and tradition. And I think that the owners, when they came, again, it's like billionaires and their toys. I'm going to do whatever I want. They're going to have to go to court it because I'm supporting the club financially, and I'm not really going to give a toss about what they think or whatnot. And it didn't work out well in that situation.
But I think though they didn't really think of the players or side, did they?
No,
They
didn't think of anyone, mate.
Fans. They thought themselves, and they thought the decision and it was just going to run smoothly. Everything was going to be a success, and unfortunately, it backfired in a huge way. And
there's
certain people like they were eat humble pie.
Yes, there's certain things money can't buy. So
I totally agree. Totally agree.
Gaz says do a Kenwyne and Kev show.
I don't know if
how mad is Kev Kenwyne? Because obviously I know how mad he is, and Sai obviously knows how mad he is. But
I didn't really have that kind of opinion of him. I think he was a really good teammate. I enjoyed training with them and playing with them. I think they were fantastic for the club and fantastic.
You couldn't understand him. Couldn't understand him though, right?
Nah, it was a bit difficult, but
I have trouble understanding him. Who was your favourite manager out of all the ones you played under at Cardiff City?
Oh, at Cardiff.
Yeah.
Well, damn. Did I say none? I'm not gonna say none.
Yeah, you can say none if you want.
To be honest, wow. Who did I have? I had Lay and I had yes, it'll probably have to be Ole. I can't say that.
Wow.
Yeah, the manager was that good. He was
There we go.
to be honest. Really
that's interesting.
So why did things not work out for him then, Kenwyne? You know what I mean? Because he doesn't get the best feedback from Cardiff City fans. You know what I mean? Because of how things materialised for Cardiff City. But that's everyone's opinion.
Championship level wasn't his level. To be honest with you, he would come in there and try to do things, and then you'll have too many people involved in making decisions for him. Like it was pretty weird when I left, when I went to the Middle East and known for that 6 month period. I was totally fed up with how things would be in Iran at the club, to be honest. You have the chairman and the coming in and making all sorts of stupid decisions, which they shouldn't be involved in really when it comes to football. I don't think as a manager he was strong enough in that position at the club as well. So he would often get override in a lot of things, and it didn't make sense. They need a proper. I know now they have Nick McCarthy, and he's older. He's been in the game on time and experience, so things would be stabilized in a better way than it was, all them years ago.
with that, just a couple of things. With Ollie, I think one of the reasons he gets a bit of a raw deal is the way that Malky Mackay was kind of ousted, having never been in the bottom three and all that sort of stuff. I don't think that helped him. But also, I'm kind of interested in something you said there about the chairman, like making decisions and getting involved in that side of it. Was that like team selections or playing certain players? What? Can
Well,
you clarify that?
they tried to. They even tried tactics as well. So
Wow.
you know what? I think the chairman and the owner and people of that nature at the club, they should focus on income statements and balance sheets and that type of stuff.
Yeah,
And
of
make
course.
that, and they shouldn't be involved in tactics. You leave the specialists to take care of their jobs. Players play, the the managers manage, the administrators. They do their job. Stick to your lane.